inkproducts.com has now released their new Epson Executive 2 series constant flow system. Now we're going to install it on the 845, but it can be installed on the 840, 645, 630, 633, 635, 545, and the NX625. We're going to give you color photo instructions, and you'll be able to follow the video and follow step 1, step 2. Now the first thing you want to do is get out all your parts and pieces. With our system, you're going to get a bag of parts and pieces. You're going to get the new Executive Series 2. We're going to supply you with some tools to repair the printhead should you ever need it. You're going to need a flat blade screwdriver. What you want to do, turn the printer on, open it up, and have the cartridge assembly come over. You're going to remove the cartridges and then unplug the printer. I'm going to reach behind here. As soon as it comes over, it's called the cartridge change position. I'm going to unplug it. Now, with the screwdriver, like in step 1, it's going to show you how to remove the cartridge cover. Now, if there's any cartridges in there, you can remove those cartridges first. So now, you look at your instructions. It's going to show you how to do it, starting with step 1, cartridge door removal. Okay, now that the cartridge door is removed, you'll be able to install our constant ink flow system. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go to step 2, which is going to show you how to install the cartridges and the hose holder, which is this here. Going to place them in, push them in real tight till you hear the click. If you don't hear the click, take it up, do it again. You hear it click in. If it doesn't click in, you're going to cannot recognize the cartridges when you plug it back in. Okay, now, like in step 2, it's going to show you how to put on this little hose holder. So follow the instructions, and I'm going to go put it on right now. I'm going to snap on right here, and you're going to have the hose come through that little opening. Okay, now I've got that on. It locks in right here. I'm going to push it all the way over to the right. I'm going to make sure it's not crimped. We're going to let out a little hose. Now the first hose bracket, is going to go right here. You're going to peel and stick it down right here. And the next one is going to go right over here. So we'll go into step 3, showing you how to put the brackets on and how to do hose travel. I'm going to show you right here where the bracket goes, just like I showed you here. Now I stretched out all the way over to the left side, the hose. Now I'll be able to put the bracket to hold that hose. Peel and stick it right there. So you get good hose travel. Now what I'm doing is I'm pushing against the hose real tight and sticking the bracket down. So it holds it real nice and tight. Then I'm going to put the other one right here. then we'll do hose travel. So if you look at your instructions on step 3, and go into step 4, and now I have the outside hose bracket. I lined it up with here. I have the 2 hose brackets on. Now I can slide the whole assembly over to the left. If I go back and forth, everything's going to run smooth. When you put the top down, it's going to hold that hose so it travels nice right in this area here. When you go all the way over, it's going to hold that down. So when you go all the way over, you have very little hose right there. I'll push it back over. And now what we're going to do is we're going to balance the air chamber and the ink chamber. We're going to lay it down, make sure the plugs are in, don't have any plugs open, and we're going to roll it like that. Okay, now go to step 6. You can open the cover. You're going to unplug the small air plugs and follow what step 6 says before turning on the printer. Open it up. And you're going to remove the small back plugs. They'll stay out. They'll always have to be out when you're doing printing. Now when you close it, it'll be right next to the printer. Now these are our new backflow dampers. So the ink can never flow backwards into the tank. We use that now on all of our Executive 2 series. And now we're going to get ready to plug it back in and turn it on. Now I'll show you. I put a piece of cardboard in the lid switch. That's that right there. That's so it thinks the top is down, and then it'll function. I can see what it looks like when it goes back and forth. Make sure there's no hoses not snagging on anything. I put this on correctly. Okay, now if it recognizes the cartridge, it'll go charging the ink. That's what you want to see. It says cannot recognize the cartridges. You have to take them out and put them back in because they're not in correctly. This will take a minute. And now we're going to do a nozzle check. If you see a little bit of air in the lines, don't worry about it. That's going to go away. I just did a nozzle check. Let's take a look at it. Looks very good. Now if you see 1 or 2 broken areas, don't try to over clean it. Never clean the Epsons more than 3 times. Let it sit. Now I can remove this, close the lid down. That's how easy it was to install our constant flow ink system. Okay, now when you get our constant flow system, our Executive 2, or any of our executive systems, you get full instructions, a layout of all the parts. We even show where the parts go. If you look at the instructions, it'll show you. So it's very easy to install.